And we are live. This is KS1 TV. You are watching the Transfer Exchange Show. I'm Steve, and we're here to preview on what should be an absolute cracking match in Baku between Czechoslovakia and Denmark. The teams are in. Let's go through the teams. For Czechoslovakia, in goal, we've got Valek. At the back four of Czechoslovakia is West Ham's Kufal. Then we have Seleska as a centre back. His centre back partner, we have Kalas. As left back, we have Boril. In the centre of midfield today, we have Souček, another player that will be very familiar to people watching who are familiar with the Premiership. Holles will be his midfield partner in the centre there. Then up front, they seem to be going very, very attacking, the Czechs today. It looks like they're really going for it. They have Masopus, who will be playing on the right. And then you have, playing in the number 10 role, you will have Barisic. And then you have Sevcik, who playing on the left. And then up front, the guy on form at the moment is their man of the tournament, Schick. Now, for Denmark, let's go through their side. In goal is Peter Schmeichel, Leicester's Peter Schmeichel. At the back, they're going with a back three. So they're going with Vestergaard. The unbelievable performances that he's been putting in so far this tournament. Kaiser, the captain of Denmark, and another person who's been absolutely on fire this tournament and scored that wonderful goal against Wales, Christensen from Chelsea. And in the midfield, they're shaping up with a midfield four. Again, very impressive at playing out on the left there is Merrill. And then in the centre of midfield, you've got Borussia Dortmund, Thomas Delaney. And then you've got Tottenham Hotspur's Pierre Højbjerg. And then out on the right, you've got Striger. Up front, very strong attacking lineup for Denmark, even without the irrepressible on form Poulsen. They still have Damsgaard up front with Dolberg playing down the middle. Again, another absolutely fantastic performance against Holland and Barcelona's Martin Braithwaite. Both these teams, you could say they're shocked to get to the quarterfinals, but they certainly deserve to be where they are. Against Holland, Czechoslovakia, no one really sort of given them a chance. Holland's been on fantastic form, and a lot of people's dark horses to win the tournament. But on the day, Czechoslovakia were the stronger team. They were the better team, and they stopped the Holland's front three players from scoring goals like they had been like all through the tournament. And Malin wasn't getting a look in. Depay was just sort of had two men on him right from the off. He couldn't get no joy at all, and the Czechs went on to win. Went on to win 2-0. And they deserve their place. They deserve their place and where they want to be. And look, they're one step away from the semi-final. And you could say, a lot of English people are saying that we're on the right side of the group. Czechoslovakia may well be saying the same, and obviously Denmark as well. They've won two games, and look, we've seen in Euros competitions in the past. Denmark 1 year, a little while ago, and you must remember Greece. They started out, didn't win a game, just were drawing games, plodding their way through. In the end, got themselves to the final, and ended up winning the competition. So look, we're all seeing how Italy played. We watched them last night. They literally. They were incredible. Man for man. We did a preview. Kieran did a preview. Go and watch that. but they were absolutely on fire at the moment, Italy. But who's to say Czechoslovakia can't beat them if they get to them in the final? Who knows? As for Denmark, look, you know they they were playing Wales in the last game. We all thought it was going to be a tight match, but it was nothing of the sort. From the off, they just were the better side. Wales never got in the game, and that wasn't down to Wales, and that was the way to the way Denmark played. They matched up to a man for man, and in the end, players like Bow and Ramsey they just couldn't get any joy. And the play like Hoylberg and Delaney, I mean, they just ate them up for dinner, and went and won the game. They're a very strong side. As like I said just a little while ago, I said, look, they're very strong up front. Martin Braithwaite of Barcelona, Doylberg, and Damsgaard, who's really impressed, and he's got a host now of Premiership clubs and Bundesliga clubs looking at him. He's at Sampdoria at the moment. I'll be very surprised if he's at the Sampdoria at the beginning of the season. But look, these two teams both deserve their place in the quarter final. It's going to be an incredibly exciting game. The winners will go on to play England or Ukraine in the next round, and you've got to give them a chance. You've got to give them a chance. On the day, one game, they can knock England out. They can knock England out. We've seen in the past with way England have performed that. I mean, England have got to get through tonight first. So us England fans shouldn't be sort of counting our chickens too early. But these two sides, they could surprise people. They're going to be a match for whether it's Ukraine or whether it's England in that semi-final, and it's going to be interesting. I mean, Paulson's on the bench tonight. I don't know how fit he is, but if he's half fit, then he could be someone to come on if needed. Czechoslovakia, look, they haven't really got that power to bring on if needed, but they're an immensely strong side, and I would have thought that Czechoslovakia they'll be looking to getting the job done in the 90 minutes. They won't want to go to extra time where they have to start bringing on 3 or 4 or 5 players because they had a lot of injuries coming into the tournament, and some of the top players that couldn't make it, and they've had a lot of youngsters that they've had to put into that squad in the end. So the last thing they would want to do in the last 30 minutes of a quarter final of a European competition is bring those on. It's a lot different from when you look at Denmark's bench. It's littered with Premiership quality, Bundesliga quality, and Serie A quality. So yeah, they certainly will be looking to get the job done then. Well, look, I'm going to go for a match prediction. Very difficult. I've not been doing very well with my match predictions. But I just think Denmark will be just a little bit too strong, and I think they'll get the job done. I think they'll get the job done in 90 minutes, and I think it'll be close. I'm going to go for two goals to one. I'm going to say that Dolberg will score, and I think that he's on form. Dolberg. I think I'm going to go for Dolberg will score the two of them, and look, there's no other player on in that Czechoslovakia side, I would say, at the moment who's going to not score their goals, and that's Patrick Schick. Sucic could pop up with one, but I think he's going to be more busier trying to look after, Denmark front line and matching and having that battle with the midfield, and rather than trying to get in the box, he's going to be trying. He will sit. He will sit. You may find him. He'll pop up from a corner, may get his head to a corner from. They might get a goal from that. But other than that, you won't see a lot from him. So in the opposition's box. But look, we're going to go and watch the game. It's going to be a good one. Everyone enjoy it. We're going to be back tonight for the big one, 7:15, to go through the team news. So join us for that. And until then, peace out, stay safe, and wash your hands.